Computer, execute 12.4p operation.
Optimizing algorithm. Running encryption packet alpha 990. Oh, I don't feel so good.
What is it, computer?
Is it hot in here? It feels hot in here. I feel a little clammy. I should lie down or something.
A computer with a virus? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
Those oysters Rockefeller were a mistake.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'll have a pre-meeting pump-up, a Monday fixer, and a Screaming Boss recovery.
So that's 1 peppermint mocha, 1 McCafe frappe, and 1 fruit smoothie?
Yep.
Name your drink. McDonald's has it. We're your destination for those special flavors that help you get through your day.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the Bakersfield Police Department. A mysterious event is taking place in the city of Bakersfield. At approximately 7:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, reports are coming into the police that dozens of people were reported to have gone missing without any explanation. Some witnesses say the people who were reported missing had left a small dark purple mist before disappearing shortly after. Police estimate that at least 15 to 20 people went missing, and the age range is between ages 16 to 45. The identity of the perpetrators who seemingly abducted these persons, or the suspect's vehicle description, remains unknown at this time. All residents in the city of Bakersfield are advised to be vigilant of any sightings of any suspicious activity in your area regarding the missing persons. If you know someone or your loved ones who went missing, contact local authorities or by dialing 911. Do not confront the perpetrators yourself, as it is unknown who these perpetrators are, and could potentially be dangerous. The following message is transmitted at the request by the San Francisco Police Department. At approximately 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, several reports have come into the police that at least dozens of people have reported to be missing. It is unknown who, or what, caused them to seemingly disappear. Most of the people who have gone missing or disappeared were centered at the following locations: Croix Hill, Golden Gate Viewpoint at the Marin Headlands, Golden Gate Park, and Baker Beach. The identity of these perpetrators are unknown, but there are traces of purple mist on where the persons have gone missing before dissipating. A full list of the people who are confirmed missing can be found at www.sf.gov/missingpersons. Authorities are certain that this must be related to a similar event happening at Bakersfield since more than 2 hours ago. As a precaution, these locations listed were being closed off to the public, pending a full investigation. It is advised that all residents return to your homes to avoid the possibility of going missing and be vigilant of any suspicious activity. If you see any of the persons that are confirmed missing, do not try to approach or to apprehend them, and be sure to call 911 in a safe distance. It is unknown who is responsible or what caused these people to go missing, therefore it must be assumed that they are in a dangerous situation. To repeat, all residents are advised to return to your homes to avoid the possibility of going missing and be vigilant of any suspicious activity. If you see any of the persons that are confirmed missing, do not try to apprehend them, and call 911. Please stay tuned to this station or tune to local radio and television broadcasts for more information and updates.
following message is transmitted at the request by the Seattle Police Department and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The situation regarding more missing persons has been escalated. Reports are now coming into the police that 40 people have gone missing in the city of Seattle, with additional 16 people being killed due to unforeseen circumstances. Video footage claims that these figures that look like what believed to be dark purple entities were seen killing civilians trying to stop them from abducting victims before they disappear. It is now certain that these figures are the ones responsible for the abduction of several people in San Francisco and Bakersfield. All residents in the city of Seattle are strongly advised to shelter in place immediately. To shelter in place, close or lock all doors and windows. Do not go outside unless it is absolutely necessary. If you notice any traces of dark mist in your area, or if you see any suspicious figures or entities in your area, move away and seek shelter in a nearby building where possible. If you know one of your loved ones has gone missing, do not try and search for them by yourself and dial 911. Do not let anyone in your home. The emergency alert system will continue to give you updates and information as soon as it is available.
In other news, it has been more than 7 days since the last 35 people were abducted from Santa Monica last night, which already the missing persons toll has now reached 4,903, with the fatalities caused by the dark purple entities to have reached nearly 749 people. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security says there hasn't been a single person dead or missing in the last 2 days, but it is unsure whether this mass abduction event is already over. The governor of California says that it is too soon to quickly rule out that this whole mysterious situation is ongoing, and that he also stated that the number of missing persons is now exceeding, and further added that not a single person from the missing person list has ever been found alive, and this raises the question whether if these people who are abducted might have survived or killed. No one knows where these people have gone. There have also been numerous international cases of similar scale, such as in Russia, China, Japan, South Korea, Philippines, Indonesia, and Australia all reported similar cases of people going missing without any conclusive trace, only that it leaves a dark purple mist before dissipating. Investigators across the world are still unable to find any conclusive evidence tying to the entities. One former member of the Atlantic Paranormal Society who is residing in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Reseda, who have watched and documented the whole event unfolding by camera, said that these entities should have left some sort of clues or any sort of warning signs of perhaps something of a bigger event, but also added that, quote, something like an invasion full of people they took from us is something that I'm thinking of this as a low probability, high consequence event, meaning that if an invasion were to occur, then there would be massive damage and fatalities, and if that were the case, he remarked that it would be the end of humanity as we know it. This theory has been mixed between skepticism to huge criticism and disbelief, and many denied this, citing lack of evidence to support his theory. He has since made no further comment, nor any rebuttal statements afterwards.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the San Francisco Police Department and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. An unknown type of a large aircraft has been detected off the coast of San Francisco. At approximately 4:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, several conflicting reports of an unidentified large flying object have been received by the police. NASA said that this aircraft, with large its gargantuan proportional size, was detected to be hovering just 12 miles west from the mouth of the Golden Gate Strait. This aircraft appeared to be what is some sort of a flying fortress gunship, equipped with 8 large rail cannons and sonar equipment. This aircraft is not hostile at this time. As a precaution, all residents in the city of San Francisco, and in other areas, are strongly advised to shelter in place should this aircraft become hostile to all civilians. Get indoors or head to the innermost portion of your house or in a basement. Close all doors, windows, vents, and fireplace dampers. Shut off gas and electricity if possible. Bring an emergency supply of food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio with extra batteries. Monitor local radio or television broadcasts for the latest information and refer to later statements and updates.
We are now live. As you can see, the entire city of San Francisco is now witnessing the might of what appeared by many as a flying fortress gunship with massive gargantuan size, as it was seen hovering 12.5 miles west from the mouth of the San Francisco Bay or the Golden Gate Strait. Our news correspondent and reporter, Diana, is at the scene near the Golden Gate Bridge and is already there to take a closer look of what is happening there today. Diana, are you here with us?
Yes, Mr. Clark, as you can see there is chaos as some people were clearly seen taking photos and few are trying to escape from the spaceship's path. All I could know is that this is the largest flying object that is estimated to be very large, which is estimated to be twice the size of Iceland, is detected by NASA to hovering about 12.5 miles westward from the entrance to the San Francisco Bay via the Golden Gate Strait, and it was showing little or no movement nor any change of direction, as the front of its ship seems to be pointing at the Golden Gate Bridge. It is absolute chaos as several law enforcement authorities are frantically trying to clear off from the bridge while several people out there continue to take photos of a humongous-sized unidentified flying object which is clearly visible from here through the clouds because of its gargantuan size. I have no idea what are the intentions of whoever's piloting the aircraft, nor if we have any idea of what is inside the aircraft. There are what appears to be several arrays of glowing neon lights, glowing thrusters from the aircraft, and there are glowing cannons in red or pink color. The composition of the aircraft is unknown, but authorities say they are working to try and find out the origins of this aircraft, and to try and establish contact or communication to the occupants inside the spacecraft. Wait a second, what is happening? I heard a sound. Oh my god.
Hello? Diana? Are you still here? We seem to have lost contact with our reporter, but it seems something, or whatever that is, the explosion must have killed her. I hope these people there have been evacuated from the bridge, but we will continue to give you more details of this situation as it unfolds.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the San Francisco Police Department, the California Highway Patrol, and the Emergency Management Agency. Just a few minutes ago, the unidentified large spacecraft is now confirmed to be hostile. To repeat, the unidentified large spacecraft is now hostile to all civilians. Reports have come in that the spacecraft was seen firing concentrated electrical beams from a large cannon directly at the Golden Gate Bridge, reportedly causing massive damage and casualties as the bridge has reportedly collapsed caused by the beams. Several shots are being followed and the spacecraft is now firing beams at random locations across the Marin headlands and causing damage to the city of San Francisco and much of the Bay Area. All residents hearing this message are urged to seek an underground shelter now. Head to a basement or fallout shelter, or head to a most substantial shelter if at all possible. Stay away from doors, windows, and exterior walls. Have an emergency supply of food, water, medical supplies, flashlights, and a battery-powered radio or television with extra batteries. Do not go outside, as this is proven to be extremely dangerous. Stay tuned to this station, or other media outlets and sources for the latest information and updates on this dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the San Francisco Police Department, the California Highway Patrol, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. At approximately 5:30 p.m., numerous unidentified drones are seen flying out from the large spacecraft and are heading towards the direction of the San Francisco Bay Area. The drones then suddenly released an unknown type of life form of what appeared to be aliens, but eyewitnesses claim that it is a shadow entity in different forms and sizes, and they all possess high-powered or melee weaponry used to kill civilians and to damage or destroy structures. They also appear to cast dark magical spells that creates crystals to cause further damage and pain. Reports of these sightings similar in San Francisco are also reported in the following cities: Oakland, Alameda, Santa Rosa, Berkeley, and Sacramento. Residents living in these areas are urged to seek shelter and not to go outside. Stay away from doors and windows. These entity beings are shown to be extremely armed and dangerous. Keep as much distance between yourself and the entities as possible. The California National Guard and FEMA will be handling this situation in fending off the attack from the entities and to evacuate the citizens to safe locations respectively. Continue to monitor local radio or television broadcasts for the latest information and refer to later statements and updates.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the Department of Defense, the California National Guard, the California Highway Patrol and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. At approximately 5:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a massive army of warships, large mass-produced unidentified aircraft, and flying gunships were detected by the Department of Defense to be approaching the city of San Francisco. These aircraft are now confirmed to be coming from a large flying fortress spacecraft, and that these aircraft have contained several entities with human forms. Dozens of spacecraft containing large army of human and humanoid entities are detected to be approaching towards the shorelines in San Francisco, and it is also reported in other cities in the western United States such as the following: Los Angeles, California; San Diego, California; San Jose, California; Sacramento, California; Bakersfield, California; Salem, Oregon; Portland, Oregon; Eugene, Oregon; and Seattle, Washington. These humanoid entities range differently in appearance, but they mostly appear in human bodies, but with the following characteristics: glowing purple eyes, increased human strength, able to equip deadly weapons, change of voice, be incapable to cast dark crystal magic, and increased agility. In addition, the FBI confirmed that most of these humanoid entities with glowing purple eyes are identical to the missing persons, who were abducted by dark purple entities since less than 4 years ago. All residents living in these states mentioned are urged to evacuate your residence immediately. These shelters may not be durable enough to withstand the attacks from the flying Space Fortress aircraft's guns, or from the entities' attacks. Bring food, water, clothing, medical supplies, flashlights, and a battery-powered radio with extra batteries. Use designated evacuation routes marked by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Avoid taking long routes, as it may take too long, and could risk encountering the entities on the road. Do not try to fight them by yourself, as they are extremely armed and dangerous. Do not try to reason any of these humanoid entities, as they are no longer considered human. To repeat, any people with these characteristics as previously mentioned, are no longer considered human. This station will continue to broadcast new information and updates for your area. Please refer to later statements and broadcasts to your station, or in other media sources.
This message is transmitted at the request by the California National Guard, the California Highway Patrol, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. An attack by these entities is now spreading across the West Coast, and there are dozens of reports that these entities are attacking the city of Clovis. These entities were similarly identical to the missing persons who were abducted 4 years ago in 2019. In addition, there are also people originating from between the 8th or 16th centuries who are reanimated, and they all possess high-tech alien-type weaponry, and they have immense strength, agility, and are capable to cast dark crystal spells to destroy buildings and kill civilians. All residents in the city of Clovis and nearby areas are urged to evacuate immediately. Take the fastest way out of the city as possible and do not try to take long routes. There may not be enough time to gather an emergency supply of food, water and other essentials, as these entities can sense human activity and has a high rate of speed. Do not make contact or to physically engage in a fight with these entities. Do not try to convince these entities, as once they are brainwashed by dark crystal powers, there is nothing to reverse the effect, and it is proven to be deadly. These people who are brainwashed are considered dead and are no longer human. Evacuate Clovis now. I repeat, evacuate.
Hello, denizens of Earth. For those who do not know, I am the leader of this massive force of the people they once called humans. We are the Order of the Dark Purple Shade, a faction that was tracked back in the 13th century. We have had it with all of humans, you fools, making all the most grave mistakes, corrupted politicians using people for your gain, and for poisoning the planet by fires and forests, the use of fossil fuels, and for poisoning your human morals by wars that could only bring more death and destruction than peace. We decided that this human race is of no use to this planet anymore, and now it is time for us to end this quickly, right here and right now, starting the world's global superpower, the United States of America. Then, we will move on to the next one, and then to the other. We will take over what's left of your wretched world, and once we are through with that, we will have a new order. A new world. No one will commit the horrible deeds. No more envy. No more sadness. No more sins. No more grief. No apologies. And no sorrow. There is no more God. He is dead and has left you all alone. No one is coming to save you, and there will be no place to run or hide from us. The only way for you to survive is to join us. Join the Dark Purple Shade, the Order of the Dark Purple Shade, and we will do the best of our ability to make sure you won't have to feel anything. You won't feel pain anymore. You will become the new you, stronger, faster, and more vicious, and you will show no mercy to anyone in your way. It is the only way if those who have lost loved ones wanted to reunite. Now join us, and let us create our new world order from zero. But if anyone wishes to protect humanity with your own way, the choice is yours. You will all be turned. Goodbye.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the United States government, the Department of Defense, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. as of 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, an attack against this country is taking place. A massive horde of entities, led by a dark faction known as the Order of the Dark Purple Shade, is making beach landings on the entire shorelines of the west coast of the United States, as well as in areas of Alaska and Hawaii, as there are reports coming in from the Department of Defense that there are 4 more Flying Fortress spacecrafts being detected off from the shorelines of the west coast, and are also landing hundreds of humanoid entities as well. These hordes we've seen causing massive casualties and destruction as they use unusual, high-tech weaponry that are capable of destroying buildings and fire plasma or energized cannons. These entities are also reported to be capable of human possession, in which the entities use dark magic to hypnotize and turn these victims into violent, homicidal berserkers. In addition, most of these humanoid entities who are attacking or killing civilians and causing mass destruction bear striking resemblances to the people who went missing 4 years prior. This is the most extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. All residents who are hearing this message are strongly advised to do the following actions. If you are living in the western United States, it is highly advised that you evacuate immediately to the east coast, or head as far away from the invading entities as you possibly can. The National Guard will be assisting all civilians for the evacuation procedures. Residents must bring non-perishable food, water, clothing, medical supplies, flashlights, extra batteries, and other essentials worth to last for at least 7 days, including a battery-powered radio or television. Before you evacuate, shut off all gas, water and electricity in your house, and tie a white towel or cloth to a visible location of your house, such as a door or mailbox, to let authorities know that you are evacuating. If you have more space in your vehicle, offer them room if needed. Leave pets behind. If you cannot evacuate on your own, dial 911, and military authorities will help you. Do not stay in your residence, as these invaders are more powerful and destructive enough to cause immense damage to life and property. Continue to monitor local radio or television broadcasts for the latest information and updates on this dangerous situation.
Please stand by for the message of the President of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Tonight, we are currently facing what it looks like to be the darkest day of our nation, and one that has never occurred in our country since the last time we ever fought an enemy on our soil during the Aleutian Islands campaign in 1942. It is with my heavy heart that I say the following message. On March 11, 2023, hundreds of thousands of purple humanoid entities has already launched an invasion, by attacking the entire shoreline of the west coast of the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, led by the warring faction, which what they called themselves as the Order of the Dark Purple Shade. Many believe this is considered to be an alien attack, but it is clear that most of these entities are in fact the same people who were abducted 4 years ago. In addition, there are numerous reports that these entities have also brainwashed several thousands of innocent people, and they also have persons resurrected from the dead, ranging as far back as between 10th to 16th century. The motive is said by the Order of the Dark Purple Shade, that they are on a mission to clear up all of the mistakes we thought we have done that caused great harm to our planet, and that is by genocide or possession of our beloved humans. While it is true that such contemporary issues do exist because of us humans, it is clear that the Order of the Dark Purple Shade have lost their patience during the time when we are working to make that change for the better of our planet. In response, I have already ordered that all U.S. Armed Forces branches respond to an attack with force, and that they are going to drive these foul invaders away to preserve and protect not just our country, but the entire planet, because I know that patience is a virtue, and it will take time for the whole world to change, and we will not let that treacherous act happen, by savagely using our humans as their puppets to kill us all. As of where we are standing right now, this is becoming the deadliest invasion, as they have the capability to cast dark crystal powers and to brainwash our people. We can predict that casualties may or will be massive, and that the damage might run up to trillions. Therefore, I am urging all people living in the western region of the United States to take the following actions to ensure your survival. Evacuate to the East Coast immediately. Get as far away from these entities as soon as possible. Our military will be helping in escorting you to a safety of refuge. Those who are willing to evacuate must do so now. Those who do not, will be left alone, to fend off against the ever-increasing powerful entities that only interest in death and destruction, and make no mistake, they will show no mercy to any of you, and no one might survive this. And for that reason, we will also show no mercy to the invaders. We are working together to protect this country, and the cooperation of all of our citizens will be valuable in our effort to stand firm, so that we will, in all of our best hopes, determination, and strength, make sure that America will not fall. We are strong as one nation under God, and we will fight for our country and the people. That is all for now. Thank you, and good night.
That was the message from the President of the United States. We will now return you to the emergency alert system.
This concludes all operations of the emergency alert system. Normal programming will now resume. The following message is transmitted at the request by the United States government and the Department of Defense. At 3:34 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the United States has launched 3 thermobaric hydrogen missiles towards the direction of the massive Fortress spacecraft. The following areas that will be affected by nuclear fallout upon the missiles' impact are San Francisco, California, Los Angeles, California, and Portland, Oregon. This is being done in an effort to stop the order of the dark purple shade from further causing destruction to these areas, and that these missiles are targeting these massive spacecraft in order to stop these invaders. These missiles are expected to make a direct impact on these ships within the next 45 minutes. Residents within a 100-mile radius of any shore or coastlines in these mentioned cities are needed to seek a fallout shelter now. Fallout is byproduct of nuclear explosions. Prolonged exposure to fallout will lead to radiation sickness, followed by certain death. Fallout spreads for hundreds of miles only a minute after detonation. If you can't find a fallout shelter in your area, go to a centermost portion.
You fools! Do you think I would let you do that? You think nuclear weapons is the answer to that? I gave you the chance, and you chose to go nuclear with me? That's it. You fools are going to die now.
We interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request by the United States government. This is not a test. To repeat, this is not a test. The situation regarding the invasion of these mass dark purple humanoid entities has worsened exponentially. At approximately 4:35 p.m. Central Standard Time, these spacecrafts from the order of the dark purple shade is suddenly released a large force field and a large destructive beam of energy up in the sky, destroying the missiles and causing them to detonate mid-air above the states of California and Oregon. Radiation from nuclear fallout is detected across much of these affected states. In addition, these humanoid entities who were attacking and rampaging across the west and midwestern regions of the United States are now suddenly becoming extremely aggressive, and these entities now have the following characteristics: dark purple force fields, red glowing fiery eyes, intense glowing of their bodies as a result of radiation, and immunity to certain weaponry, including conventional weapons and explosives. These entities are now causing even more damage and less of life, and that these entities are now attacking adjacent countries such as Canada and Mexico. Unconfirmed reports have now came into the federal authorities that these spacecrafts are now releasing more and more drones, possibly containing large numbers of entities with upgraded resistance to any attacks, and these drones are now in a process of affecting the majority of the world. NORAD also detected two large spacecraft moving at a high rate of speed towards the direction of the East Coast. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. All residents who are hearing this message are urged to seek an underground shelter immediately. If you do not have an underground shelter, find other areas such as basement car parks, sewers, fallout shelters, and underground public transports, if at all possible. Do not go outside, as travel is now proven to be dangerous. Those who wish to evacuate shall do so at your own risk. Do not fight back against these entities, as they are resistant to attacks, and could possibly lead to being possessed by entities, or certain death. The President of the United States is being moved to a safe and undisclosed location, and will be speaking on all stations shortly. Stand by for the following message. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted normal programming at the request by the White House to participate in this emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is KDSM 9, and we will continue to serve the El Paso area. If you are not in this area, please tune to your station providing news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the El Paso area. Do not use the telephone. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. The following message is transmitted at the request by the United States government. This is not a test. Our world is slowly coming to an end. These humanoid and possessed entities, led by the Order of the Dark Purple Shade, has now either brainwashed or has killed nearly 95% of the world's population, and that it is estimated that all life on Earth will be possessed or killed by the entities within the next couple of hours. The President of the United States, and almost all of the world's leaders are now confirmed to be brainwashed, while a few others were also killed. There is nothing humanity can be done to stop this. There is no place to hide, or to ride out this paranormal event. There is no reason to stay calm. Go into panic mode. All residents, if you are still alive and are hearing this message, are instructed to do the following actions. Gather your loved ones and pets, and brace for the end. Pray to your deity or deities. Ask them for forgiveness, and to reconcile those who estranged, or to make up with your enemies. We now conclude the final activation of this emergency alert system. This is the EAS guy, Tom, now signing off. After the final playing of the national anthem. May God be with you all.